In today's video, we find out what happens when all of the NPCs and bosses meet inside of Fortnite Chapter 3 Season 1 for the first time ever on YouTube. As always, if you do appreciate this content and you are new around here, roughly 98% of you guys watching aren't subscribed, and it mean the world to me if we get to 400,000 subscribers before the new year, so tap that subscribe button. Let's do this. Okay, so what was the plan for today's video? The first thing I did is recruit everyone that I needed to help me complete this incredible task in the space of 2 hours. So to do this successfully, we had to set a plan so everyone knew what they were doing. First off, we located all the different NPCs and realized which ones spawn and which one don't. For example, the Joneses, they only spawn one, and same with the Cuddle. Everything else does spawn, sometimes Mancake doesn't spawn, but we should be good with everything else. And we were set. We were taking them all to the smiley face, even Sergeant Winter, which is one of the brand new vaults, which we call the Pit in this video. Jumping straight into this, the first thing I did was take my character over towards the sanctuary and get all the team to meet over there. We had recruited 9 members and they should be able to help us out complete this incredible task. The first thing was covering the water. This was really crucial because we had to move NPCs over to this pit over here, including Foundation and so many more inside of here. Now once we'd done that, then we went and located Sergeant Winter, who is just in this game located just outside of the daily. So if I head over there, we should be able to spot him just outside the Sunny Steps. You can see him over there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate his minions. Sadly, we can't put them in the pit, and same with the 7 sentries. Sadly, we don't have time to get them in the pit. We are on a time limit of 2 hours to do this, and it's very difficult to pull this off. Sadly, Fortnite reduced the battle ops time down to 2 hours. It used to be 4. If it was 4, I possibly could have got these red noses in, but it's dead difficult to move these because you can't move them with the car. So in this game, I decided to just eliminate them. It was easier to do that, take them out, and just take the car and take our sergeant over to the pit. Now we've got our sergeant on the car. He decided to spawn a bunch of presents, but that's okay. All we got to do is take him over to the pit, and he'll be our first to go inside of the pit. So as we begin to drive over there, you'll see we are at the pit now, and we can just simply pop him in. So all we got to do is just fishing rod him in there, and he goes. In you go, Sergeant Winter. A few fishing rods, and he's straight in the pit just like that. And he's just chilling in there. For some reason, he likes to throw presents in there, but it's okay. Next up was Foundo, the Foundation, the Rock, Dwayne. So how do we get him over? Well, we simply built a massive tunnel, got him over. It took forever. You can see the timer. It took about an hour to move the Foundation. His path is just really random, so it takes forever for him to walk over. And eventually he did walk over. We got him in and he was set. But we had a little bit of a dilemma. For some reason, Sergeant Winter decided to throw a present, and then this present itself actually made him start to fight Foundation. But luckily enough, Foundation's got so much HP, we can just move him out of the way for now, and it shouldn't really affect the fight too much. It actually probably makes it a little bit fairer because it reduces Foundation's HP. But let's move him out of here because Sergeant Winter, you need to calm down, bro. We're going to fishing rod him out of here, and we're going to block him up, and hopefully he doesn't decide to go back in there. It's because he was given Foundation presents. I don't know why. Luckily, Foundation's in a little bit of a glitch state. Epic Games have kindly given me 14 Winterfest codes to give out this Winterfest. In this video, I'm going to be giving 2 away, so simply make sure you're subscribed and comment down below either your Twitter or Instagram, and I'll be picking 2 people at random to get either the Minty Legends or the Voidlander pack. Stay tuned on my socials for how I'm going to be giving away the rest of the codes this Winterfest. Next was to grab all the NPCs around the map. We decided to grab Scientists first. I sent out all of my team members to go and fetch other NPCs, and we just simply put them on a car and drive them over. And this is how we collect all of them. So I got Scientists, and then I went over to Visitor because these are probably the easiest 2, the local 2 anyway. Probably not the easiest though, because there is water in between, and you got to be careful of how you drive these geezers. So luckily I got one of the 7 here, which is the Scientist, and then the Visitor as well. A little bit awkward to get because his spawn location's up high, same with the Scientist, but luckily enough we can just get him straight on the truck just like this. A few fishing rods and he's straight on. So we got the Visitor and we're set to go. Let's head on out of here, and we'll take these over to the pit and we'll put these in there as well. So we're going to grab these 2, and then we're going to go and grab more NPCs, and then the entire team hopefully by then would have collected all the NPCs currently available on the map. Like I said, not all of them spawn every game. It's impossible to get every single one to spawn in the same game. It's just physically impossible. The game is not programmed like that, so we can only do what we have in this lobby. So moving over, we are really short on time, by the way. We've already been doing this for an hour and a half at this point, and we've only got 27 minutes left, and we've still got all of the NPCs to collect. Pretty crazy, right? In the olden days, we used to have 4 hours, so we'd have much more time to do this, but this is very, very difficult and very hard to pull off. You can see we only have 2 NPCs so far, we still need to go and collect all the others. My team are still collecting them with only 26 minutes to go. This is not good. Okay, Brainiac was next. We moved over to Brainiac. We found him over here. So we simply pulled up, got Brainiac on our truck again. You can see he's right here. Let's fishing rod him up. There we are. Go on, Brainiac. Let's get you on. Nicely done. So Brainiac's on the truck and he's ready to move in. Here we go. Brainiac, let's go. So we got him on. All we got to do is take him over to the pit and then we're set. Hopefully, some of our teammates may have got some of the other NPCs while we're grabbing Brainiac, hopefully. I don't know, we'll see. Oh, that was close, he nearly fell off. Okay, we've arrived at the pit. You can see we've still got Visitor and Scientists here, and a few of my teammates have brought some other NPCs over, and we're waiting for them to go. Little Whip was also another one we brought over. You can see Little Whip, I grabbed him as well, and we were set. And finally, the final two to grab were the Agent Jones and the new Battle Pass skin, which I'm not 100% sure what it's called. I'll be honest, I don't know all the names. I think it's Shanta. So Shanta, Agent Jones, we were set, and they were two of the best to grab, or the last to grab, should I say. As always though, guys, if you haven't already liked today's video, hit a like on it. It'd mean the world to me if we could get to 25,000 likes on this video. It's a huge goal, but I think it's possible. Now, switching over to the replay, you can see we decided to start fishing rod these in, starting off with Quackling, then with the 7, which was the Visitor next, and beginning slowly to put them all in. We got Quackling and Visitor in there, and unfortunately, Visitor decided to pick out Sergeant Winter's invisible present in this wall, and then these two did start to fight early on before any of the others were in the pit. Obviously, Sergeant Winter was in here as well, but that didn't really do much, and this Foundation was also in here, but these two just decided to have a little scrap between themselves, and you can see the Visitor did take the little W there straight off the bat, so that's a nice little one there to start with before any of them actually got in the pit. Later on, we eventually got Brainiac and Shanta in the pit, as well as the legend himself, Bow Bros, which was really awesome. So once these were all in, we also had Sergeant Winter in here from before, and inside we had Lieutenant. We also had the 3-7 members, including the Foundation and Little Whip. So we were set to go to see what would happen in this crazy battle. All of the NPCs were inside of the pit right now, including Agent Jones as well, which I forgot to mention on the back. So absolute ton of NPCs and bosses right now, every single one available on the map. And you see Foundation starts off the battle, he suddenly stops jumping and starts going for Lieutenant. You can see even the Scientist is up there taking a few hits. The big ball comes in, the Foundation is preparing it, and he fires it in just like that, taking damage on all of the NPCs inside of here. He takes down the Scientist and Lieutenant John Llama. You can see Little Whip's in here, we've got Visitor in here, they're trying to take on the Foundation the best they can. Unfortunately, they are missing a few shots. The Foundation is taking advantage of that and getting a bunch of hits, and he goes for another huge meatball. The rocket's coming in, and that hits once again the Visitor and Little Whip, dealing a ton of damage to these two, which is absolutely crazy. Missing a bunch of shots out of the Foundation. The Visitor's trying to get a little bit of extra movement. You can see Bow Bros actually escaped from the rock during this process, so that's a W for Bow Bros. Unfortunately, he did get outside of the pit, so we're going to have to write him off. We're going to just eliminate him right now because there's no point of getting him back in. By the time he gets back in, the fight would be over. So goodbye, Bow Bros. GG to you, bro. You did manage to escape nicely. Congratulations, Bow Bros. So there goes Bow Bros. Let's get a ripping chat for him. Okay, back over to the pit. Let's see what else is going on. You can see Little Whip's in here, Visitors in here, Foundation are in here. They're trying to take on each other, missing a bunch of shots. You can see Shanta's actually rotating in a little bit, trying to get a little bit of damage on Foundation. These two are actually battling it out, and there goes the big rock again, damaging Little Whip and Visitor. Foundation actually dealing a bunch of damage. His shield has been cracked, so it looks like Little Whip and Visitor are doing a good job against Foundation here, getting a bunch of shots on. Foundation does take out Little Whip right there, and on this side over here, what's been going on outside? So it looks like Sergeant Winter started the fight. Excuse the Mandalorian there, it was just one of my bot accounts to try and get these to battle each other. You can see Sergeant Winter's actually battling in straight away. You see we've got on the back Agent Jones over there, Brainiac as well, trying to actually hit each other at the back over there. Shanta also going in for some SMG eliminations here. The Sergeant as well, trying to get as much damage as possible. Agent Jones trying to jump out as well. Interesting that he's going for Brainiac. Sergeant Winter's also going for these as well, having a little battle there with Shanta. You see Agent Jones also going for Shanta here, including even Brainiac as well. Shanta trying to jump around, dodge Agent Jones's bullets. We've even got Sergeant Winter aiming for Shanta over here. What is the Visitor doing? He's come out of here for some random reason. Oh, Brainiac gets a good amount of damage down Agent Jones. That's a big leap in there from Sergeant Winter. He tries and finishes off. Sergeant Winter's super low right now. You can see we've even got Agent Jones aiming for Brainiac. Shanta's dodging a few bullets on that far side. Big battle going on over here. And what was going on with the Visitor when he actually came out? What is he doing? He's shooting the wall for some reason. You can see the rock actually goes in with a huge rock and takes down the Visitor. That is pretty crazy. The Foundation's also ready to start fighting some of these out here. You've got Sergeant Winter over there on that far side. Looks like the Foundation is coming in. We're trying to fish and rod him into the battle right now. You can see Shanta's trying to get as much damage as possible. She goes down to Sergeant Winter. Brainiac and Agent Jones teaming up on Sergeant Winter, and Sergeant Winter gets taken out right there by, it looks like, Brainiac or Agent Jones together. And you can see now these are battling each other. Agent Jones versus Brainiac are trying to take each other on. The Foundation has gone back into his corner. You see it's the last two showdown here, and Brainiac takes the W again. against the Agent Jones, and it's just Brainiac and Foundation remaining in this battle between all the NPCs. You can see the Foundation is just stuck in this corner trying his best to get out, and he just doesn't want to fight Brainiac, and Brainiac also doesn't want to fight Foundation. So overall, I'd say it's a double win. For the first time ever, 2 different NPCs take the W, and sadly, Brainiac doesn't outlive the storm because the storm did close in, but Foundation does. If you guys get a free moment, don't forget to go and try out my Red Light, Green Light Infinite Tycoon inside of the High Stakes tab. I spent a lot of time on this map, and if you want to support me further, don't forget to pop in code POST as well.